Boom, check it out, man. A Thai style quinoa dish. Super creamy and delicious, so easy to make. You know, this is based on a traditional Thai rice recipe, but we just quinoa it up, you know, so it'll be a complete protein and a complete meal. We're heating olive oil on medium-high heat, throwing an onion in there. You know, this is just like a medium-sized onion. Got it all nice and chopped up. I'm going to add some garlic, a lot of garlic, you know, super duper lot of garlic. This is like 8 cloves. I'm going crazy on the garlic. But, you know, put as much as you like. But, you know, more is always better when it comes to garlic. And then some fresh ginger. This is like a tablespoon of ginger. The holy trinity of flavors for so many Asian dishes, you know. Garlic, ginger, and onion. Stir it around, let it soften up a little bit. I'm not going to put any fresh hot peppers in here. I'm just going to use some chili garlic sauce because that's going to add great flavor and a nice color. But also, I'm adding some turmeric, which will be a super duper color for this dish. And then a little bit of salt to taste. But this is super simple. You know, this is all the spices I'm using for this dish right here. And look how gorgeous that is. You know, this is what I imagine Natalie Portman's eyes looking like, you know, after a night of drinking tequila. And now we're going to throw our quinoa in there. You know, I always buy quinoa in bulk. You know, you can buy it in a box. You know, once in a blue moon I'll buy it in a box. But it's too expensive, you know, so we like to look around and find it in bulk. You know, and throw it in an old peanut butter jar and keep it up there with our rice and noodles, you know. Once you start using quinoa, you'll eventually start using it for everything. Go ahead and stir that around with your ingredients, and then we're going to throw our liquid in here. Now, normally you want to use like a 2-to-1 ratio, you know, 1 part quinoa to 2 parts water. But for this dish, we're going to use 2.5 parts of liquid. I did 1 can, like a 13 or 14 ounce can of coconut, and then filled the rest up with water. So it's like 2.5 cups of liquid to the 1 cup of quinoa. You know, stir it around, you know, raise the temperature, you know, let it start to heat up. And while that's going on, I'm going to chop my lemongrass up. You know, I'm using about a 1.5 inch piece of lemongrass. You know, I'm peeling off the outer part of the stalk, which can be a little brittle, you know, but if it's fresh lemongrass, if it's not too old, then once you get inside, it's going to be very soft and very flavorful. You'll be able to press it with your thumbnail and leave an impression. And a lot of people, they'll just smash lemongrass, you know, bruise it up, then throw it into a dish and use it almost like a bay leaf for flavoring and remove it later. But I like to mince it up and throw it in a dish and then eat it, you know, because that way I'm taking ownership of the lemongrass. You know, I paid for it, so I want it to pass through my body. I'm being dominant over the lemongrass, right? So I bring it up to a bubble, you know, get it all nice and stirred up, and then I'm going to reduce the heat down to a simmer, cover it up, let it cook away for about 15 minutes. And after that time, most of the liquid's going to be absorbed. It's going to be still a little wet because we put a little bit extra in there, and plus it's creamy coconut. So we're going to set it aside and that'll absorb because it's not really that wet. But, you know, let it set up. You know, don't mess with it for about 5 or 10 minutes. And while that's happening, we'll get the fresh veggie part of this meal going. And I'm just using a little fresh cucumber and Roma tomato. And I'm using an English cucumber because those are fantastical because the skin is thin and you can eat it, you know, so that's great nutrition. It's great texture. I don't know, if you just use the big hulking prehistoric cucumbers, you know, I use those once in a while, but I don't care for them. But go ahead and just chop you up a little cucumber and a little bit of tomato. Throw you some fresh ginger in there, some raw ginger, and then a little bit of cilantro. You know, I got like a half a cup of cilantro here, and I'm going to use half of it with the fresh salad part. Throw a little salt and pepper to taste, and then this is key. Boom, some rice vinegar, lots of rice vinegar, because this tartness is going to pair very well with the creamy quinoa part of this dish. So just stir it up. There you have it. Nice, refreshing, simple salad, you know, to go with our very flavorful Thai quinoa dish, which is already set. You see, most of that liquid has been absorbed now, but it's still very creamy, very flavorful. Just throw the rest of your cilantro on there, you know, to add a little bit of color. If you don't have cilantro, basil goes well with this too, you know, but I usually have cilantro on hand more often than basil, but either one will work. Man, and just this by itself is going to be a great side dish, but we're going to use this as a complete meal. So I'm going to spoon it in a bowl, throw my fresh veggies around it, and there you have it, man. Oh, there you have it. I'm a Thai style quinoa dish. Super duper delicious. Go ahead and give this recipe a try. Let us know what you think. And bon appetit. You know, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, sharing the video. doing all that jazz. Really appreciate it. Click the stuff, be the ball, and give this dish a try, man. It's super yummy. Not a lot of extravagant spices. You know, if you don't have the lemongrass, you know, just go ahead and use some lemon zest and lemon juice and all that stuff. But man, nice fresh veggies on the side. Boom. We're gonna polish this off. Boom. Look at that. I'm an official member of the Clean Plate Club. You need to get off that phone and join the club.
I'm gonna be there soon.